Okay, well, hello there. We have the super insanely inspiring Eileen Anderson on. We go back like way back, like way back to childhood. She lived a few houses away from me, so we basically grew up together. She joined my group a few years ago and was in and out. And then, what was it, about a year ago? A year ago?
In 2017. So it's been like a year and a half now.
Okay, so like about a year and a half ago, her husband was going away and she just needed something for herself to keep her sanity alive. What came out of that was just really amazing. If you've been in our challenge groups, you have watched this happen. But she went from feeling like exercise was evil to kind of enjoying how it made her feel. She went from like this, I can't do this, my body can't do this, to I can do this. And if there's anybody out there that thinks that they can't or shouldn't be because of past experiences, please like tune in, because Eileen has been there. She is so inspiring. She makes me laugh every day. Like, her posts make me laugh and smile every day. So if there's ever a time where you're feeling like, she like, just read her post and you will just like she listen to her giggle. But her smile is contagious, and when she succeeds at something, literally like our entire group is there just rooting for her. So hi Eileen.
Hi.
So what brought you to Beachbody?
I had signed on with you ages ago. I don't even remember exactly when I bought the 21 Day Fix DVDs with you, because it was such a non-event for me because I never committed to it. So I don't even know when it was. And you very kindly had me in the accountability groups over and over again. And for about a week I would post, and in my head at the time, I would be like, oh, just do it like 3 days a week and that'll be fine. And then I wouldn't even do that. And then like, obviously I wasn't getting any results. And then I would just like slowly disappear out of the group, like month after month after month. Like I would just do the same thing over and over again. And so then like years went by, like where every now and then I would pop into the groups. And let me see. I got Pio, I got Turbo Fire, I got Country Heat DVDs. Like, I just kept buying things. I don't know what I was looking for without like actually committing to doing the programs. So then, let's see. I guess my husband's in the Navy. So we lived in Italy for 3 years, and I ate my way across Europe, put on about 20 pounds. Over the course of the 3 years. It was so delicious. like, show some restraint. But I was constantly like, every month we'd go somewhere and I'd be like, I'm never going to be here again. I need to eat all the things. And like, then of course there's the Italian, like, we're going to sit and eat for 4 hours, meals and stuff, like, it's unsustainable. So anyway, came back there 20 pounds heavier. And then a month after we moved back to the States, I got pregnant. So it was like pregnancy weight piled on top of the Italy weight. And, I had my son, my second son, and like, I don't know, 10 months after I had him, I still weighed the same thing as I did the day I walked into the hospital to deliver him, which doesn't even make sense. Like, you would think I would at least be 7 pounds lighter. I wasn't. But and my head was in a really bad place at that point. Sorry, I had a really long and winding road to get to where I am now. So like, my head was in a bad place where I was like, I hated what I looked like, and I was just like miserable and felt like I couldn't do anything. I think at that point I came back into your groups a bit, and like, I was trying to do Country Heat. Some sort of, I wasn't really following the calendar. I was just like, every now and then I do a Country Heat video. And I remember at one point I like went through all of my old clothes and I like got rid of anything that I didn't think I was ever going to fit into again. I was like, I just need to accept that I'm gigantic now, and this is just the way it's going to be. And so I lived in that headspace for a couple of months. And then in March, so when my son was about 10 months old, I developed hives all over my body, and they wouldn't go away. I thought I was just like allergic to a pollen or something. And then I put up with that for 2 months. Then in May, I had to go to urgent care because my lips blew up, and the doctors just started like giving me medication that wasn't working, and it was putting me to sleep. And I was like, this is not working. Like, can't do it. So I started to focus on my nutrition, sort of got that under control for a month and lost 10 pounds, and then decided that I needed to start exercising. So I went back to my old 21 Day Fix DVD, and like, I wasn't in your group or anything at that point. I sort of just did it on my own, but I actually committed to it for the first time. And for 21 days, I did it, and it worked. Go figure. And like, I got great results from it in just 20, and I was like, this was 3 weeks. Like, I had been wasting 5 years of my life. Like, what is this? And so I was completely converted at that point. And then I think I got in touch with you about coaching after that. Yeah. Like,
well, that leads into my next question. So, when did you sign up to coach, and like, what was that driving factor for you that was like, I need to do this, I need to see what this opportunity is about?
So it was in July of 2017. Like I just said, like, there were sort of two things. So my husband is in the Navy, and one of the things that was really stressing me out was that we were about to move, and at our current tour, he's deploying a lot. And so I was like super stressed out about my body, and about having to like, not about what my body looked like, but about like being strong enough to take care of my kids without my husband around, and like doing the things that you need to do in the house, that like, you know, lifting things and, you know, just anything. And also with my general health, I was like, I don't know anybody in Norfolk. Like, like, God forbid something happened to me, nobody would know, and my kids would be trapped in the house. You know, like, these were the thoughts going through my head all the time. And so I was like, I need to just get it. And yes, I don't have a cookie, but we don't have any cookies. Sorry.
What coaching is.
Yeah. Hi. But I don't have any cookies, honey.
How is your boo-boo?
Oh, he's a nut.
Yeah.
But he's all right. Yeah.
This one?
Huh? Anyway, where was I? Oh, so like that, making myself in better shape and getting healthier was a huge, huge factor. And I wanted to do the coaching because I knew I had this tendency to run away from the programs and from the groups. And I was like, if I'm a coach, and if I go public with this, and if I bring other people into it, yes, my sweetheart.
I know
you're playing with the computer. Father-in-law just called. Okay. So I was like, you know, if I go public with this, and if I, you know, bring other people into these accountability groups, and they're, you know, like, if I brought them in, I'm not going to disappear on them, because it's, you know, like, I'm more likely to do things for other people than to do things for myself. So so that was what prompted me to want to become a coach, was just for my own selfish accountability reasons, to keep, because I needed to get to my goal. And so I managed to lose 40 to 45 pounds, and I'm at my goal weight. Well, I keep going up 2 pounds, so I'm 2 pounds away from my goal weight again, but since the holidays. But I'll get back there, and I'm not worried about it.
Right, we focus on the food.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have you found to be your favorite products or programs?
I got a computer.
Yeah,
I got a computer.
You got a computer. It's so hard to pick. I love Lift 4. is my favorite because it's just so convenient and it's only 4 days a week, and I love lifting. Sorry.
I got some
I know,
beer.
honey. And like I love the lifting, and I love Joel, and I just love everything about that program. And just Beachbody on Demand, I think, is fabulous. That we don't have to be buying these individual DVDs anymore, and you just get access to everything. There's so much diversity, and I love that they're moving more towards these programs that are longer, but it changes every day, and it really helps. Like, I do so much better with that than it's like sort of like when you don't know what you're in for that day. It's much easier to press play than when you're like, oh, I gotta do this one again, and I already know I hate it, you know? So I love this move that they're taking into these longer programs where it's like, you know, 80-day obsession and lift 4, where it's like every day is something different. I've fallen hard for Energize, I have to say.
I can't wait.
I'm like, how did I work out for a year and a half without drinking?
Oh my gosh, wait.
It's so good. And it's so like, I mean, especially if I try and get up early to do it, like I don't function before I have coffee. So to like be able to like roll out of bed into my workout clothes, come downstairs, drink my Energize, put on my shoes, and then by the time I have the TV set, I'm like ready to go. And I'm just like, bing! Like it's amazing. And I work so much harder when I use it. Like it really works. And I was a big skeptic about it. I was like, what kind of crazy bodybuilding poison are you trying to use?
So wait,
I don't need that, but no, it's really good. Like,
so have you noticed a change in like your physical results from being able to push a little bit harder?
It's hard to tell because it sort of coincided with when I started lifts, was around when I started drinking it. So like, I don't know, like I've definitely noticed a change in my musculature since I started lift, but how much of it is the program and how much of it is Energize, I'm not sure. You want to get on my lap? Get off my phone. I will not.
Don't put your phone on the computer. I gotta open it.
I'm trying to open it.
I'm gonna somehow.
But yeah, so I love Energize. What else? Oh, 2B Mindset. I love 2B Mindset.
Yeah, I know
On the computer.
It just works for you. It just works.
It does. It's very like, I don't know. He just changed the entire whatever desktop on my computer. I don't know what he just did. Yeah, I love 2B Mindset. It's just so like, I'm not a type A type person where like I don't like diet plans where like I have to keep very strict control over everything, that my brain fritzes out and they never work for me psychologically. So this one's been much better for me. It's just sort of like more easygoing, and I really like to cook and use, like I have like this big cookbook collection and stuff, so it's like I like to be able to just make whatever I want and then apply the 2B Mindset principles to it.
Hey, Mama, you're not cooking.
No, I'm not cooking right now.
Mama, what's the like A? That's a A. It's on the computer. That's a Z.
It is a letter Z.
There. That's a Z. No, that's a S.
It's kind of a big one. What has coaching done for you, and how has it changed your life? Like, how did it
Not done yet.
workouts and stuff?
It's changed my body. It's changed my confidence in my body for sure. I think it's changed my confidence in general, just like talking to people and like, I don't know, telling people about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And you know, like I feel like I have like new friends out of it, and you know, never hurts to make a little money. You know, so, and it's given me something to do while my husband is deployed. It's not like someplace else to focus my energy. So that's definitely a great thing. Like,
Mama,
all good things
Mama, I
came
got
of it.
some here.
He's so cute though. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up because I know you gotta get going. Well, thank you so much for hopping on and sharing your story and what coaching has done for you. And I'll see you in our group.
All right. Bye.